I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman describing her suicide attempt as ordinary, like brushing my teeth. In an attempt to answer the question, why did I do it? She tells her life story. We're about a third through book 4. Working title is Eyes of Different Colors. Last week, Ava joined the army to make money to go back to school until she got a waitressing job. This is a continuation of the chapter called Army, Army, Chicken Army. Black screen. Ava. Hello? Fade into Ava, standing in the living room hallway of her apartment. Early evening. The sun has gone down, but still provides light. Her bedroom door is open behind her, the light from inside further lighting the scene. She wears a Mennonite-style flannel nightgown and has the black phone receiver pressed to her ear. Posy, her voice small, tinny, and crackling as if over a phone line, because it is over a phone line. Well, hi, Ava. I'm calling to say goodbye. Ava, what? Posy. We're going to Berlin. Zanetta, Jero, Shakur, and I are going with Paolo. Somebody tell me how to pronounce that word. Paolo. Tomorrow. Ava. What? Really? Who's Paolo? Never mind. Ava twines the phone cord around her finger. What about Tito? Posy. He's back with Claire. Ava. Oh. Ava turns and stares at the wall. Posy. I don't have much time. Have a good life until I see you again. She laughs. Bye, Ava. Ava. Bye. Ava turns forward again, staring into the frigid air of the room. She looks up and addresses the camera, though her eyes are unseeing, as if she's not aware it's there. I don't see Posy much anymore, but still, now she won't be there if I need her. New chapter called Knird and Doof. Wide shot, interior, college classroom. From the door to the classroom, we see Ava, who sits at a desk about 5 back from the front. She wears her Doc Martens and an oversized leather jacket, while the other students wear brightly colored t-shirts, blue jeans, and white running shoes. Ava is withdrawn and frowning. The others talk and laugh. Dolly shot, closer and closer, past students pushing into the side of Ava's head. The talking and joshing around her get louder the closer we get until it's deafening. Our sense of space obscures and the hairs on Ava's head blur. Absolute darkness. Absolute silence. After a few seconds, glug, glug, as if we're underwater, and ping, as if someone has tapped a sewer pipe half a kilometer ahead. We hear breathing. Ava. Buck. Breathing. Pan right. 2 small round lights come into view. We barely make out the sound of classroom banter again. It's mixed with an old-time documentary report on the 1963 March on Washington. Dolly forward towards the light. The classroom and documentary report amplify. A radio dial switches stations until WELOVE 108 FM. The sound of static joins the classroom talk, drowning out everything as the lights, which we now see are actually holes leading back into the classroom, merge into one in the middle of the blackness. From Ava's point of view, the top of a desk, a fast tilt up and pan around the classroom and its laughing students before stopping on the door. We're elves sitting on the bottom edge of Ava's third eye. Tilt down. Ava's hand reaches and grabs her backpack, which is leaning against a desk leg. Tilt up and dolly zoom to the classroom door and out into the hallway. Stop. We hear the door click shut behind Ava. Silence. The hallway oscillates quickly, and we hear the ch-ch-ch, Ava's hair against her ears as she shakes her head. Smashed to black. Voiceover. Ava. 4 days. I couldn't focus. I tried. Market analysis, market research, how to make customers buy, writing persuasive ad copy. I hate ads. I hate television. Even if I was going to use the industry's own techniques against it, there was no way I was going to make it through 2 years. Rewind. Somewhere between my welfare and army aptitude tests, there was anarchism. Posy talked about it, and while I didn't really care about politics, I had to take an interest in something. I was lonely. Writers cared about politics, right? I'd picked up a bright pink flyer from the windowsill at the university cafe before I got fired. A frank discussion about capitalism, Wednesday, May 26, 1989, 7 p.m. Underneath that text was a blocky graphic of a man holding up a flag, charging forward and screaming. The flag was blank except for a circle with an A in the middle of it. The circle and A had been drawn in with a marker, while the rest looked like a poor quality photocopy from an encyclopedia. On Wednesday, May 26, 1989, a few minutes before 7, I arrived at a high school. It was the right place, though, because a poster for the event was taped to the outer door on the glass with the wire mesh inside. I entered and smelled old orange peel and chalk. The fluorescence flickered my headache on. I followed signs to a classroom. Inside, 20 to 30 people, almost all wearing no colors unless you count black, sat in a circle on plastic high school chairs. Clutching my flyer, I found a free seat, placed my bag underneath. No one was talking, so it was weirdly quiet and cold. Everyone looked to be in their teens and early 20s, though there were a few 30-somethings, tons of docs. Right across from me, a guy with knee-high cherry ones flipped long brown hair out of his eyes. Beside him, a tall, extremely thin and pale guy, with hair so uniformly black and unshiny it had to be home-dyed, stared blankly in front of himself, one long leg bent outwards, its ankle resting on the thigh of the other. He wore army boots, not docs. I took a deep breath, still chalk and orange peel. I wish I had the guts to go all black. I'm afraid that if I do, I'll absorb the darkness and become even more depressed, lose hold of the threads that stitch me to life, breath. I'm wearing my purple skirt, a white t-shirt, and thank God, my docs. Small, weak, and useless, I begin to fade in the classroom as the space and circle grow distant, moving away from me like a fisheye outzoom. The expressionless, pale faces around me shrink until their indistinct eyes and lines on blank ovals topped with fluff or slicks of color in shades of black through tan. Then they come forward again, claws jutting from night-hued sleeves. A huge bubble forms in the middle of us all, grazing knees and reaching past the fluorescent light bars distended from the ceiling. Our breath, I realize. The clock ticks. I fixate on the dark red docs of the guy across from me, hoping that'll anchor me, stop the floating feeling. Those boots must take forever to lace up. Instead, I drift over the Anarchist to the front of the room where I read the words on the posters beside the blackboard. Top, essential, qualities, employers, seek, be, the, reason, someone, smiles, today. Shaking my head, breathing in sharply, I concentrate on connecting my ass, my feet, my head to the chair and the floor. I relax my grip on the bright pink flyer. The tick it makes as it hits the tile reverberates, and the no talking. I pretend I didn't drop it. Pretend it's not sitting there beside my foot. My face goes bright red. Afterwards, everyone went to Knird and Doof, a punk cafe I'd read about. Knird and Doof is food and drink spelled backwards. I wanted to go so badly, but was afraid to be that skinny guy in high school who always stood too close to people and invited himself along to public events that he couldn't be uninvited to.